ladies and gentlemen, what a show it was. Now, do not adjust your set. I am Hitman Cause. Welcome to your official review for WrestleMania Backlash. And of course, as always, I'm not alone in this endeavor. Please welcome the co-host, as always, the humble man, Gary. Gary, welcome to the contracts.
Yo, my man, Cause Payton, and what up, y'all? It was good. He was good.
Nah, not much, man. We ready to get into this?
Let's do it.
All right, what we got?
First match on this joint is Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins.
Now, I apologize, folks. Like, I'm at a loss for words because I didn't think it was possible, but this match was better than their match at WrestleMania. And don't get me wrong, the match they had at WrestleMania was nothing short of great, but this one topped it.
Yeah, it did.
I thought the ending was pretty clever. Seth tried to pull a fast one by pinning Rhodes while grabbing his tights, but then Cody turned the tables on him and did the same thing and got the pin. But
that was crazy.
But considering what he did, Seth is gonna find a way to complain about this, and then have a third match,
Exactly.
in which I think at this point Cody's gonna beat him again, and then that'll be the end of the storyline.
Right, that's what I think. And the match was really crazy. It was really great.
Yep. I definitely liked how freaking they were switching between crossroads and pedigrees and shit, man.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
So some very good work between the two. Cody's time away from WWE has definitely paid dividends as far as his in-ring work goes.
That is correct.
So I definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing these two lock horns one more time at the next pay-per-view, whatever it is.
Yep, that should be a Hell in a Cell.
Okay. But wait, weren't they advertising Money in the Bank?
They advertised that before Hell in a Cell. Honestly, it's strange how they did that. That's WWE for you.
Who knows? Maybe they might have Money in the Bank first.
Well, nah, but they already have Money in the Bank. It's scheduled for Saturday, July 2nd.
Oh, okay.
And Hell in a Cell is Sunday, June 5th.
See, you be paying attention to this more than I do. So, hey. Anyways, yeah. Moving on. Yeah, that was a great match. Moving on to the next match.
Yeah, it really was a great match. Next match, Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
Yeah, first, let me say this. And this is no shade thrown to Great Khali. But let me say this about Omos. He is in no way, shape, or form as immobile as Great Khali. He can move around the ring. He can do different shit. Don't be just because he's as tall as Khali doesn't mean he's as immobile as he was. No offense to Khali, but still, almost can move around and with enough training, he'll be able to get it done with the best of them in the ring.
Right.
And then with that being said, this match was pretty good for what it was worth. In my opinion, they did a good job of making Lashley look strong and looking like the resilient, never backing down type, against Omos. I especially liked the moment where almost got trapped between the ropes, which allowed Lashley to tee off on him. And hell, MVP even tried to use his cane to set Omos free, but freaking the ref wouldn't let him and everything. And then with a little insurance from MVP, almost won the match. Personally, I do like the way they ended it because by doing this, it doesn't even though he had to cheat to win, it does not make Almost look weak, but it does further make Lashley look like a giant killer. Even in defeat, in my opinion.
That's a fact, for real. Yeah, man. That match was kind of good too, and the way they made the Almost win, it's understandable why they made Almost win, because Bobby beat him WrestleMania, so they made Almost win this time.
Yeah, and also another big shout out to Almost. If y'all hadn't seen that interview that he went on, y'all check it out, man. He talks about his struggles back in Nigeria before he came to America, and how he almost died there had he not come to America. Y'all definitely give that a listen. I was just telling the humble man about it, man. It's some really heartwarming stuff. But yeah. Well, moving on. Next match.
Edge versus AJ Styles.
Oh man. Ooh. Oh man. Let me tell you something. They did not need to do a lot in this match to get me out of my seat, because I was my god, I was so hyped up about this match. Oh my god, I was so hyped up about this match. My god. And just like WrestleMania, they did not disappoint me. Great things, you know what I'm saying? First off, once again, shout out to Edge. His new graphics with the wings and shit, that shit looks so amazing. So beautiful. And then his attire was just as insane as his attire at WrestleMania, because it was pretty much the same thing, except he flipped the colors around, and it looked even more badass. I loved it, man. And then, coming down to the match, they had a good match. It was really unfortunate on Edge's part when he took off the turnbuckle pad, but then the exposed turnbuckle was used against him. Thankfully, it didn't cost him the match. Then, even Styles even had him in the calf killer. Yes, I'm always gonna call it that. This podcast ain't PG. This ain't WWE. Yeah, so I'm calling it the calf killer. But Edge did not submit. But we had a guest in the house in Damian Priest, where he did come down. He came down, but he was on the ramp. He was not ringside. He was on the ramp. Therefore, he was not breaking the rules, because he was barred from ringside, not from the ramp. This actually reminds me of the time back when what's his face? Remember when MVP went on that large losing streak?
Exactly.
And then when he got that first win, he faced Big Show in a last man standing match, and there was implications on the line for Triple H, who was the reigning WWE champion, where MVP had to win the match in order for something to happen. I forgot. It was something that would have really affected Triple H's chances. But anyways, freaking MVP needed to win this match just as bad as Triple H did. And the thing was, Triple H was barred from ringside. But at the end of the match, it was on the stage. So Triple H was able to interfere. But anyways, he provided even though he provided even though Damian Priest did provide a distraction, it didn't do Edge any good because Finn Balor came to beat up Damian Priest. So that did nothing for Edge. But we had a mysterious figure, quote unquote, who did help Edge, and the person's identity was completely concealed, at least facial wise, but if you looked at the bottom half of their body, it was pretty obvious who it was. But anyways, it provided enough of a distraction for Edge to lock in the crossface. Shout out to Chris Benoit. Long live the Rabid Wolverine. And Styles passed out, which gave Edge the win. Then the mysterious figure came into the ring, dropped to a knee, to which Edge allowed the person to rise back up, to reveal themselves as Rhea Ripley. Now black-haired Rhea Ripley. And the thing is, mad fans, including myself and the humble man here, were clamoring for Rhea Ripley to join Judgment Day, and because everyone knew that she'd be a perfect fit, and lo and behold, here she is. And apparently this was also long-term booking.
Exactly, that's a fact, man.
Because apparently either Priest and Ripley interacted like a long time ago, or Ripley and Edge interacted a long time ago, right. And it was that long-term booking that planted the seeds. What I think the long-term booking was from WrestleMania 2 years ago, right. The first WrestleMania in front of a live crowd after the pandemic, where Rhea talked to Edge, and she was trying to hold herself back from shedding tears because she was she was overwhelmed with emotion to finally be in front of the fans again.
Right.
But she saw Edge was shedding tears, so then she just let it out.
Right.
So I'd like to think that was the long-term booking. Of course, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know where the seeds were planted if I'm wrong. I mean, either way, it don't matter, because the bottom line, she's a part of Judgment Day now. We're all happy that she's there, so it's a great thing. Actually, also, side note, I don't know if you paid attention on Twitter, but at least a half hour after all this went down, Liv Morgan put out a tweet saying, "Wow, what a bitch." Talking about Rhea costing AJ the match. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, I'm honestly hyped to see what happens on Raw, where they're gonna go with this.
The match was great, and it's crazy that Rhea showed up. Word. I mean, we had predicted it. Rumor had it she was gonna be one of those that's gonna be joining the group. Honestly speaking.
Yeah, and now everyone is clamoring for Ciampa to join. But personally, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind him joining. But he's in the middle. As far as I know, and as far as he's gonna be knee deep in a feud with Ali, and unless Edge or any of them interfere in a match they have, if they have it eventually. Then I don't see him joining. I don't see him joining Judgment Day anytime soon.
Exactly.
Like I already said, and for those of you who watch my WWE entrances for the games, I want y'all to wait at least a month and a half for things to happen on WWE TV. And if what I think happens, y'all gonna be seeing a video y'all want to see. A certain entrance you guys might be looking forward to seeing. Anyways, yeah, great match, you know what I'm saying? Great match, great surprises, great outcome, you know what I'm saying? I really can't take away anything bad that happened, you know.
Right.
So yeah, moving on. Next match.
Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey for SmackDown Women's Championship and IC.
This one highly anticipated. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah,
Charlotte, you know, was a bit out of pocket referencing Mother's Day and shit.
Exactly.
At least as far as I know, is Ronda's mom still around or something?
I believe she is.
Then how was Charlotte out of pocket? Did she put her hands on her mother or something?
No, she said to say hi to your kids.
Oh, okay. Whatever. I mean, I thought it was something worse. So, I mean, honestly, it's really not that out of pocket.
Right.
But okay, we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it.
Right.
This match, needless to say, was better than their match at WrestleMania.
That's a big fact. Y'all never debate you on that.
I thought it was a pretty interesting sequence when they, with the kendo sticks, where first Ronda had one. Ronda had one, then Charlotte had two, but then Ronda took both of them from her and then started wailing on her with them. Man, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, it really was.
And then another crazy spot was when I'd say Charlotte had Ronda in some sort of like camel clutch with like while stretching her back over the railing in the crowd.
Yeah, that's a fact, of course. Yeah, that was real crazy.
Yeah. And actually, I was telling the home, it actually reminded me of a spot back on Raw where Sasha Banks faced off against Charlotte for the Raw Women's title, and I think it was Falls Count Anywhere, and in the closing moments of the match, freaking Sasha put her in the bank statement, stretching her back over the guardrail like that, to which Charlotte tapped. So, you know, it reminded me of that. Except, you know, it was a bit of a role reversal, you know.
Right.
But it wasn't enough to make Ronda quit. But then there was a moment in the match where I thought Charlotte was gonna quit for sure, where she was hung up on the top rope, sort of like a tree of woe, and then Ronda had the armbar locked in. And she was stretching her all the way back and shit. I thought for sure she was gonna say it then, cause she was going to great lengths to stretch her out, but Charlotte was still hanging on.
Right, hell yeah.
But then the closing moments of the match is where Charlotte fucked up.
Exactly.
To which she was like, "I'm gonna give you one last chance. Happy Mother's Day." But you know, as a wise man once said, monologuing is a villain's greatest weakness. Because she took too much time running her mouth, to which Ronda put her in the armbar with the steel chair as extra leverage.
Exactly.
And at first, she said no, but then Ronda was like, "I knew you were gonna say that, bitch." And then stretched her arm on the chair, to which Charlotte quit, and Ronda Rousey is your new SmackDown Women's Champion.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Great match.
Yeah. So some great work from both of them. Charlotte definitely sold it perfectly. Crying while after she lost the title. Yeah. I'm definitely curious to see how long Ronda's gonna hold the SmackDown Women's title.
Me too.
and honestly, if she stops, and this is just my thoughts, if she stops feuding with Charlotte, or when she stops feuding with Charlotte, who's she gonna face next? Personally, I'm thinking that a certain person might come back.
That person be
A three-lettered person.
the person.
You know what I'm saying? It's 3 B's, man. Triple B's. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Oh, I know what you mean. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
But you know, we'll let y'all think about that for a second. Let that stew in your mind.
Facts, yeah, please.
Because if you guys have seen the past contracts, back when this person was around, then you'll know who I'm talking about. But we'll just torture y'all with that thought.
Right.
Next match.
Happy Corbin versus Matt Coughlin.
Well, I'll admit I was disappointed in this match, mainly because of who won the match. And happened was Madcap did win the match, but I'm not too. I am, even though I'm disappointed that Corbin lost, I am satisfied in knowing that he lost via roll up, because it doesn't make Corbin look weak.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, the only thing it does is it just shows that Corbin got caught slipping.
Right.
And then hopefully, Corbin will get his revenge on SmackDown or whatever,
Right.
Well, so, yeah. Not much really stood out in this match much, if I'm being honest. But, I mean, comparing Madcap Moss to back when he was Riddick Moss, he's definitely doing much better as Madcap Moss.
Right.
So, and the crowd seems to be behind him, so maybe, that he might be going places with this gimmick, but only time will tell.
Right.
And if the feud continues, for me, Corbin has to win at least once. But if the feud doesn't continue, I'd definitely like to see where Corbin goes from here.
Right.
Yeah. But that's that. There really wasn't much to tell. Moving on, next match.
Next match is Drew McIntyre and RK Bro versus the Bloodline.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the much awaited main event.
Right.
Yeah. Where, I'll be honest. Don't get me wrong. This match was absolutely great. It was great, but I'm still annoyed because it was supposed to be a championship unification match. Raw tag titles and the SmackDown tag titles. But at the last second, they decided to scrap it for a 6-man tag match. To me, that makes no sense. Because they had all this build for over the past weeks. All this drama building up, all the anticipation building up, fans getting behind it, wanting to see either team unify the tag titles, all for I think 2 weeks or a week before the pay-per-view, but plans to get scrapped for a 6-man tag match. Come on, man.
That's crazy. Honestly, yeah, that was crazy for real.
Like it made no sense, man.
Right.
But and I already said if you guys were paying attention to the predictions of how this 6-man tag match could still mean something, depending on who won and like how they won. But neither of that happened.
Exactly.
Now, first off, there was some great spots. First off, I loved the spot where Orton was in a frenzy, and then he RKO'd Roman Reigns. Then he got into a strike off with I think Jey Uso, to which Jey Uso super kicked him, but then he no-sold and hit him with the RKO. And then the other great moments came where I'm trying to think where I think one of the Usos flew through the air or something like that. No, Riddle flew through the air, taking out both Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso. But then Jey Uso flew and did a suicide dive, taking out Riddle. That was some good shit. Another good spot was Roman hitting the Uranagi onto Drew McIntyre through the table. That took Drew out for the last part of the match. Another good spot. Then another good spot. Honestly, I think Orton truly shined in this match despite losing. And then the closing moments of the match. First off, when it came to the closing moments of the match, you had to pay really good attention to it, because there was something in the match that happened in the closing moments that you had to pay attention to real good, because it happened in a split second. And if you didn't see it, you would have been confused, like I was.
Right.
Because in the closing moments of the match, Riddle and Jey Uso were on the top rope. Then Riddle hits some sort of move onto that, but however, before they launched off the top rope, Roman blind tagged Jey Uso. So then once Riddle hit the move, he then left himself wide open to get hit with the spear, and the Bloodline won.
Hell yeah, it was really great too. What?
Yeah, and like I said, you had to pay attention real good, else you would have never noticed that Roman blind tagged Jey Uso, because I didn't notice it. Myself and the Humble Man, we didn't notice it until we saw the replay, and we had to look at the replay multiple times because it was still hard for us to see it.
Right.
But yeah, he did blind tag him, because like when we first saw it, we were both confused because we still thought Jey Uso was a legal man. But yeah, Roman blind tagged him, and the Bloodline won. But here's my problem. The way that the Bloodline could have benefited from this did not happen. Because if you were paying attention to contracts, what I said for the Bloodline to do for their win to mean something did not happen.
Exactly.
And because Roman pinned Riddle. And like I said, this does nothing for the Bloodline. They're already on top of the world.
Right, that's crazy too.
Because the only way this could have meant something is if either one of the Usos pinned one of RK Bro, or if Roman pinned McIntyre. Neither of those happened. So this does nothing for them. So now, honestly, going into Raw and SmackDown, who knows what's gonna happen, because neither side is gonna benefit from what happened.
Exactly. That's correct. That's really crazy. And I love all three teams that fought tonight. Well, I mean, yeah, I love them a lot, but yeah, that match is good. But yeah, what's gonna happen?
Yeah. And now, before we sign out, there's one last thing I want to address, and it was mainly because of a tweet I saw. What the hell is wrong with y'all fans? Like, don't get me wrong, the superstars that put their bodies on the line for us are grateful for us. They enjoy taking pictures with us, signing our autographs and whatnot. But dude, I hate to break it to y'all, cause Cause some of y'all freaking crown eaters don't know this, and if you know this, you're too damn stupid to respect it. But just like us, just like you, the men and women that put their bodies on the line night in and night out, they're human, just like us. They are human, and as such, they're entitled to privacy, which you should respect.
Exactly, that is the fact. Y'all really gotta respect them, get in their privacy.
But like the way y'all be violating their privacy, like showing up, freaking stalking them at the airport at fucking 3-4 in the morning, while they're tired as shit, freaking stalking them after a show ends or something, or and even worse than that, being way out of pocket and showing up at the fucking doorstep. Like dude, give them their privacy. And you wonder why some wrestlers aren't smiling in some pictures and shit. Cause y'all niggas are so out of pocket, violating their privacy, being in their bubble and shit. I ain't that like yo, respect their personal space and shit, man. Like freaking, I saw this one picture a while back, and I even saw it today that pissed me off, where freaking some dude found out where Arn Anderson lived, and this was way out of pocket. Exactly. Found out where the enforcer Arn Anderson was at, and woke him up. Exactly. He was sleeping. He woke him up, and just so he could take a picture of him and sign his autograph. Like, nigga, let him sleep. Like, come on, bro. You so wrong for that.
Exactly, like, for real, yo.
And it's even worse when even a referee's gotta complain about it, where niggas on their doorstep ringing their doorbell and shit, but like invading their privacy, yo.
Exactly.
Like hell. Even Mia Yim was all respectful enough to kindly tell y'all to respect their privacy. Like, what's wrong with y'all, man? They try, like yo, they're entitled to their privacy just as much as you are, man. Respect that shit.
Exactly.
Like, they ain't your enemies. They cool with y'all. They want to be cool with y'all. But y'all pushing it, man.
Yeah, for real.
Like, come on, man. But that's all I got to say. You know, this was a great pay-per-view. That little thing about the privacy really soured my night. But other than that, you know, the pay-per-view was good. You know, really wasn't any negative things to say about it. You know. You know, looking forward to Raw and SmackDown to see storyline progressions. You know what I'm saying? And all that good stuff.
Exactly.
But
same here.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for this edition of the Contracts. We would definitely like to thank y'all for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and chill with us. I definitely want to thank the Humble Man as usual for coming and kicking his wrestling knowledge as per usual.
Yes, sir. You know it. Always gonna be kicking that wrestling knowledge. Me, my man right here, Cos Payton, always gonna be kicking the wrestling knowledge. And you know this year gonna make it 2 years since I know my man Cos Payton right here. You see how he gonna do it all the time.
You already know.
Yeah, you know it.
And y'all keep it locked for next pay-per-view. More than likely Hell in a Cell.
Yes, sir.
But until then, it's the Hitman and Hump Man. If y'all enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment if you feel like it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And as always, by way of Struggle Vision Productions, it's Hitman and the Humble Man, and we out. Peace.
We out of this bitch.